grab your terrible towel, grab a beverage, and have a good time because the Pittsburgh Steelers won today 16-10. However, I've just seen a report on Twitter focused around Matt Canada, and we need to talk about it. Let's have a look. G'day guys, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Alrightio, so let's check this out. So I saw this on Twitter. Now, this is from an article from SteelerNation.com, and it's talking about Matt Canada, right? One of these things Matt Canada did not do was involve the assistant coaches in the game plan. That's going to be Eddie Faulkner's job, organizing the staff. That was Mike Tomlin's words, and that's what he's doing. Crazy, right? And today was the first day. The first time in a very long time that we saw the Steelers get 400 yards on offense. In Matt Canada's overall time in Pittsburgh, it never happened. Now, I do agree with a win is a win is a win is a win, no matter how you get it. But today, you can't tell me that there was not something there that looked different. Frymouth over the middle, the play calling just looked easier, more competent. Things look better, right? Look, a few weeks ago I said, as long as you get a win, I don't care about the yards. But it is pretty funny that the very first game that Matt Canada is gone, the Steelers get 400 yards. Alex says here, number 400 games under Matt Canada, 0. Number 400 games without Matt Canada, 1. So a win is a win, and you just look at the end of the day, I don't care if they get 100, 150, 200, whatever it may be. But for a long time, that this offense never got that with Matt Canada calling the shots. And if they're going to talk about this, and this was, by the way, this was from Gerry Dulac. He appeared on KDKA pregame show before the game, in this game, right today's game. And he said that this was the first game without Canada coaching. While football is a team game, the coaches always have work to do as a team. And Canada reportedly refused to do that. See how it's all coming back together, right? Now, everyone was given a whole ton of crap to Kenny Pickett. Everyone's given a whole ton of crap to Najee. Offenses didn't play well last week. They didn't play well against the Browns. But now I'm kind of thankful, which is crazy to say, I'm kind of thankful the Browns beat the Steelers last week, so they made the move and fired Canada. This team can build off from this point. They can. They can separate themselves. The players are going to separate themselves from the Canadian offense, the Canada offense. That's what they're going to do. And if it's been reported via Gerry Dulac that he didn't involve his assistants, right? And this was based off Mike Tomlin's words. One of the things that Matt Canada did not do was involve the assistant coaches or game plan. That's going to be Eddie Faulkner's job to get the game plan ready and get everyone organized, the offensive line, receivers, all those guys. If it was just Matt Canada calling the shots, that's why we saw something different today. That's why we saw something different. Now, there were splashes. There were times where Matt Canada had the run game going. He had some comeback victories. I'm not discounting that. But overall, as a collective whole, he was bad. He was really bad. So the Steelers did something crazy today. They had no yards for 400-yard games, 0. And then the one time they fire him, the first game without Matt Canada, we get 400, right? Now, there is one thing. Can the Steelers build upon this? Can they go back to back? Can they go back to Heinz Field? And when the Cardinals come in to show, can they do it again? Can they get yards, points? We need to score more points. I agree with that. We need more points. 16 is not enough. You got to score 24, 25 points around there. And defense can play a good job too and keep them under 20. The defense has been doing that a long time. They got the interception, the sacks, 4 sacks today. So they can do that. But I want to focus on that point though, because that's one thing that if that's true, with Mike, apparently it was Mike Tomlin's words that the game plan never involved the assistant coaches at all. It's just Matt Canada's shot. That's it. That's why we saw all the jet sweeps. If it was only him being so stubborn that he controlled the offense 1,000%, that is crazy to me. So I'm glad Mike Tomlin fired him. And yeah, that's from Gerry from KDKA pregame show. So I'm glad that he fired him because the team worked well today. They ran the ball with Najee. Everyone's down on Najee. Everyone's down on Kenny Pickett, saying Kenny Pickett is a bust. That's now his 23rd game. He gets another victory. And yes, he needs to do better. Kenny Pickett's got to find his targets and play better. But at the same time, he found Freiermuth almost for 120 yards, 9 receptions. So enjoy this win. Whatever you do, enjoy this win because it gets overwhelmingly frustrating. I'll tell you that, right? Who's going to be the scapegoat this week? Last week it was Kenny Pickett. Who's it going to be this week? Is it going to be Deontay Johnson because he dropped a pass? Steeler Nation is so easy to get overwhelmed, all this kind of stuff. Like they won the game 16-10. We should be freaking happy. And now we find out that Matt Canada was calling the shots all by himself. Reported by Gerry Dulac, and those are Mike Tomlin's words, right? If he's doing it all by himself, then the most blame, or pretty much all the blame, has to go on Matt Canada. And that's the reason why he's gone. So all I can say is here, guys, is from this point forward, let's cheer our guys on, have a bit of patience, see what happens next week with the Cardinals coming to town, shut down Murray, run the ball with Najee. He's still 1-2. 1-2 with Warren. And, even that point, why do we compare? Why do we keep comparing this guy to that guy? We don't need to. Cheer for Warren, cheer for Najee at the same time. Najee had a good game. And Warren, if you hold that football, you had a good game too. And he's playing good football as well. So anyways, guys, I'm fired up. I'm completely fired up, man. This kind of stuff, it gets me crazy. Matt Canada didn't involve any assistant coaches in his game plan. Now, Eddie Faulkner, you know what? Shout out to Faulkner. Shout out to Faulkner and their crew, Glenn Thomas, Mike Sullivan, whoever they are, Mike Tomlin, anyone. Shout out to the coaches. They had this team ready to go into Bengal territory and get the victory. Shout out to them. So Eddie Faulkner, he's like, half and half OC with Mike Sullivan. So they're 1-0 in their start. That's a lot of pressure. They're a few days game plan. Matt Canada has 6 months off or week to week and has many years at the job and can't get this stuff done. But Faulkner and these guys who weren't allowed to help being an assistant to the game plan, it was all the Matt Canada show. These guys have 6 days to get something done. They do play action pass, they get people involved, and the offense starts working. Shout out to those guys. Dead set. Shout out to those guys. Matt Canada was not allowed to have the coaches in the game plan, according to Gerry Dulac on the pregame show. That's all I have today, guys. There won't be any other live. I'm going to chill out and we're going to watch the Ravens versus Chargers game. Hopefully the Chargers can win. We've got to feel good about this game. Steelers win this game 16-10. We beat the Bengals. We improved to 7-4. And now we know that there's a clear difference between the Matt Canada offense and the one that can improve every single week. Every single week we can improve and see what happens. If we go to the playoffs, I can't wait. I'll see you later.